Imagine an
This would be
island
hard.
where
This is
100
TED Talk.
people, all perfect logicians, are imprisoned by a mad dictator.
Is it good?
There's no
Yeah.
escape except
Yeah.
for one
Okay.
strange rule. Any prisoner can approach the guards at night and ask to leave. If they have green eyes, they'll be released. If not, they'll be tossed into the volcano.
What?
As it happens, all 100 prisoners have green eyes, but they've lived there since birth, and the dictator has ensured they can't learn their own eye color. There are no reflective surfaces. All water is in opaque containers, and most importantly,
What,
they're
they live
not
on an
allowed
island?
to communicate among themselves, though they do see each other during each morning's head count. Nevertheless, they all know no one would ever risk trying to leave without absolute certainty of success. After much pressure from human rights groups, the dictator reluctantly agrees to let you visit the island and speak to the prisoners.
Bruh,
under
I'm
the
not
following
even a girl.
conditions. You may
Boys
only
assuming.
make one
This boy's
statement,
assuming.
and you cannot tell them any new information. What can you say to help
You have
free
all you guys
prisoners
have green
without
eyes.
incurring the
Yeah.
dictator's
like-
wrath? After thinking long and hard, you tell the crowd, at least one of you has green eyes. The dictator is suspicious, but reassures himself that your statement couldn't have changed anything. You leave, and life on the island seems to go on as before.
Why don't you
But
just
on
say
the
everybody
100th
has it,
morning
man?
after
What an
your
idiot.
visit, all the prisoners are gone, each having
'Cause that's
asked
new
to
information.
leave the previous night. So how did you outsmart the dictator?
Wait, what?
It might help to realize that the amount of
I didn't hear
prisoners
that end
is
part.
arbitrary. Let's
I'm
simplify
gonna go
things
back.
by imagining green eyes. The dictator is suspicious, but reassures himself that your statement couldn't have changed anything. You leave, and life on the island seems to go on as before. But on the 100th morning after your visit, all the prisoners are gone, each having asked to leave the previous night. So
Damn.
how did you outsmart the dictator? It might help to realize that the amount of prisoners is arbitrary. Let's simplify things by imagining just two, Adria and Bill. Each sees
Bill.
one person with green
Bill.
eyes, and for all they know, that could be the only one. For the first night, each stays put. But when they see each other still there in the morning, they gain new information.
Oh.
Adria realizes that if Bill had seen a non-green-eyed person next to him, he would have left the first night, after concluding the statement could only refer to himself. Bill simultaneously realizes the same thing about Adria. The fact that the other person waited tells each prisoner his or her own eyes must be green. And on the second morning, they're
Yeah.
both gone.
Oh,
Now imagine
okay.
a third prisoner. Adria, Bill, and Carl each see
Oh
two
my God.
green-eyed people, but aren't sure if each of the others is also seeing two green-eyed people, or just one. They wait out the first night as before, but the next morning they still can't be sure. Carl thinks, if I have non-green eyes, Adria and Bill were just watching each other, and will now
Okay.
both leave on the second night. But when he sees both of them the third morning, he realizes they must have been watching him too. Adria and Bill have each been going through the same process, and they all leave on the third night. Using this sort of inductive reasoning, we can see that the pattern will repeat no matter how many prisoners you add.
Yeah.
The key
No
is
way
the
every prisoner's
concept
that
of
smart, though.
common knowledge, coined by philosopher David
Wait, is
Lewis.
this coming to the answer already?
The new information was not contained
just
in
told us
the
the answer.
statement
They already told
itself,
us.
Oh,
but
what?
in
Is it?
telling it to everyone
So,
simultaneously.
why is it? I thought we were supposed to solve
Now,
it.
besides knowing at least
Dude,
one of them
they just
has
solved it
green
for
eyes,
us.
each prisoner also knows that everyone else is keeping track of all the green-eyed people.
Hey, like
they
we're not
see.
going to
Okay.
come up
Okay,
with
I
fucking
don't-
answers that long.
I don't understand.
Nah, there's a way.
What's the answer? Like, so they're saying
The
that.
way simpler answer is, okay, they have water, right? It's in opaque containers. Why not just drink the water, spit it out on like a flat surface, like a plate or like a table, and then you can kind of see in the reflection in your eyes.
True.
Yeah, but
Or if they're on a
That would
fucking
make
island, why
sense.
don't they just look into the fucking ocean?
no,
There's
but
walls. There's
That-
walls.
I thought, yeah.
Oh, there
Remember
was?
the walls?
But I thought they were saying
Yeah.
like they weren't taught eye colors or something. I thought they said that. Did they not? Or they weren't.
Well, they have to know a green. They have tape over their mouths, so they only probably when they drink they can drink water, but they have tape over their mouth so they can't tell each other directly. But why would I would just point at my eyes to the person and they thumbs up so then they know. Like it's so easy.
They're saying that the answer is they waited for people to leave, like to not leave, and then that way they found out that they themselves were the green-eyed person.
Yes.
Yeah, and they're all were. Like they waited one night if they thought maybe they were the not green-eyed, so the other person would leave because they knew they were the green-eyed if they saw someone else who didn't have green eyes. But since everyone stayed because they saw everyone else had green eyes but not themselves, but everyone stayed because they weren't sure of themselves. Everyone knew then they were all.
So
green.
on the 100th day, everybody knew, okay, we can all go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so why didn't they go to say, like, when the person, whoever was tasked to like talk to them, say everybody has green eyes, everybody leave, like everybody can leave. Like
That's giving them new
the dictator said you're not allowed to tell them more new information. So she said at least one of you do, and the dictator, I guess
new
that's
information.
okay.
She told them new information when she said that.
Yeah, but they didn't know all of them had it, so they're getting information saying, like, it's new information saying everyone has it because they didn't know that.
Oh,
But if she said at least one of you guys has it, she's not saying who has it. She's just saying at least one of them has it,
Yeah.
which is this one was stupid.
that's weird. They literally just gave us the answer. These boys are too scared of us. They have to give us the answer.